If you're wanting to learn more about how to start a mastermind, then this is definitely the session for you. Now, it's going to be slightly a different feel because I'm just going to talk at the camera and yeah, hopefully you enjoy what I have to say. If you don't know who I am already, my name is Michael Tabaradi, high performance coach and mentor, and I help self-starters and ambitious professional millennials increase their productivity, enhance their performance, realize their priorities, and live their life on purpose. Now, if this is the first time you've come to my YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, all the links are in the description below. Now let's get into it. Now, many of you have wanted to start a mastermind group, and I started my first mastermind group back in 2016 or 2017, and I haven't looked back since. And so I really want to highlight to you the benefits, my experience, etc., in terms of setting up a mastermind group. Now, there are many different people who feel like they need to pay for a mastermind or, there has to be some sort of secret access. But really and truly, if you find ambitious individuals who are doing similar things to you or the same thing as you or whatever it may be, who are willing to have that internal drive to make things succeed in their business or whatever endeavor it is that you're trying to do or they're trying to do, then a mastermind is for you. And you can set one up yourself. That's exactly what I did. I didn't have the money to go and pay tens of thousands of pounds or dollars for a secret mastermind. And what I've realized is that it's not even that deep, okay? I mean, they talk about all this fancy stuff, but really and truly, a mastermind could be set up with some really good, solid, objective and driven friends. Now, with my mastermind group, I have individuals who have set up a football academy, who have their own properties, who are into trading, who have their own music magazine business, who are into the coaching scene, and in all these different sort of like areas where effectively, yes, it's different, but we share similar experiences. And I forgot to say health coaching as well. So that difference, but those similarities is what has made this mastermind group really, really strong. Now, this mastermind group has more or less been similar, but I haven't been afraid to get rid of people. There have been some people who started off in this mastermind group and it just didn't work out. Sometimes in those situations, they may say it themselves, they may realize that they're slacking or they're not doing what they were called to do. And so they kind of part ways. Other times you just have to be bold and say, this is not really working out. Or you don't say anything and you just kind of like shuffle them out. You know what I mean? But with that in mind, we've maintained consistent every single month. So we meet up on a monthly basis. And obviously because of the pandemic, okay, for those of you who know,
it's a pandemic.
We've been meeting up on a weekly basis via, not Zoom, but I think it's Google Meet, which has worked pretty well, to be fair. Now, these sessions run for about 2 to 3 hours, and we have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes each to talk about what we need to talk about. Usually, at a minimum, I don't allow these to happen if there are less than 4 people. Now, 3's okay, and I've done 3 before, but I feel like 4 is a good synergy, and it's up to 8 people. So there are 8 people within this mastermind group. Now, within this specific mastermind, I know these people already, they are friends, and they've been doing this stuff for a while. So there had to have been some sort of potential there. Now, there are many people who could be part of this current mastermind, but I'll be honest with you. For me, in order for a mastermind to be good, there has to be the right dynamics. Like, even if you're doing some amazing things, I still won't invite you to the group. There have been some people who've asked me before, can I come to the mastermind? Can I do this? But I know for some of those, and not for all of them, they had a short-term mentality. Okay, they just wanted to sneak in and see what was happening and all that. Nah, this is not that kind of thing. This requires commitment, because when you go into this mastermind sessions every single month, you come out feeling alive. You come out feeling pumped. You come out feeling like, wow, like people are doing some amazing stuff. And it leaves you feeling like you need to do more yourself. So understanding this, unlike the dynamics need to be correct. Okay. Now, understandably and arguably, I could invite more people, but I'm not willing to do that right now. These mastermind sessions have been going 3.5 years strong. There have been individuals who have come in, not really understood what was going on, probably not necessarily rated, and then kept it stepping. And that's okay. As long as you understand the objective of a mastermind, I think that's the most important thing. So if you're looking to set one up, you have to be a master facilitator. I'm not saying you have to be the leader or whatever it is because you share this group, But logistically, you need to set things up. You need to be able to encourage people to talk. You need to be able to encourage questions. You need to motivate and encourage people to speak. Now, of course, you don't want to do too much encouragement and motivation. That should come from the individuals because that's why they're part of the mastermind group. But in the same instance, it's your job as a facilitator to make things flow, to make things work. And you have to have the right ear, the right eye. I'm doing this the wrong way. The right ear, the right eye to enable this stuff to happen. Now, when I first started my mastermind sessions, I tried to have this little agenda thing where one person would come and present, some educational piece of, content based on their niche to teach everyone else. But then I realized that's kind of overkill. Like, there's no point doing that. So what ended up happening was like every single person just had to basically give a progress report, a progress update. And with that progress update, at the end of that, what would happen is that we would ask questions in relation to that. Those questions may be related to operational stuff, strategic stuff. What are some of their fears? What are some of the challenges they've noticed? What are their successes? Is there anything they would do differently? There may even be opportunities where we may refer those individuals to different things or suggest things for them. And so it becomes a networking session, an advice session, but really getting the person to really understand. And in some ways, it's almost like experiential coaching, where you've got all these other people asking questions and that person really diving in, really trying to understand, actually, is this what I meant? Is this what I tried to do? So really, really useful stuff. Again, with the mastermind sessions, I guess they're slightly different to accountability sessions with one other person, but it is a form of accountability. You don't come to these sessions and not be doing anything, okay? So there is that pressure that is created when it comes to having a mastermind session as well. And obviously, as somebody who's facilitating it, I want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can do. To accompany this stuff, what happens is that we have a WhatsApp group. Now, it isn't the most active WhatsApp group out there, but we may throw in things around investing, around property and development around that stuff, business principles and operations and marketing. We just throw in whatever things that we've come across because sharing is caring, because we know we're all serious about doing better, doing, bolder things, etc., etc. So that WhatsApp group has been very good. And once a year, of course, the pandemic has been a bit difficult. We go away for about 3 days and we basically do activities together as a team, as a unit. It is a brotherhood, it is a sisterhood, it is a family. And so creating that feel really bonds us together and it makes it something more. And one thing that I always say is that it's always about making sure that you can see that you're going to do better than last year. Just imagine next year. Just imagine what you're going to do in the future. That is always in mind. And so when it comes to mastermind sessions, I think if you haven't got this as part of your rhythm, if you haven't got this as part of your success thing or box or whatever it may be, definitely set up a mastermind session. Make sure that you have monthly rhythms. At least you can have them bi-weekly if you want to, or even weekly if you're that on it. And then set up seasonal sort of like sessions where you meet up in person, if you can't do that already, where you actually do an activity. Sometimes we go out to eat and we just have a different type of session. And so that bonding, that learning from other people, sharing your successes and everything else is fundamental. And when we're talking about personal development, I mean, many a time we talk about therapy, coaching, mentoring, sponsorship, reading, watching YouTube videos, going to events, but we don't always talk about the experiential learning, which is really key. And they teach us that in the coaching space. And if you want to develop your emotional intelligence, it's not just about the self-development stuff. It's also about the social development stuff. This is what this stuff is, because you're learning from other people, but you're learning what you believe yourself. You're learning how to communicate with other people. So all of these things come into play. So if you're interested in setting up some sort of mastermind session, definitely take the tips from what I spoke about today. And if you want some form of accountability, I actually have a website called Mastery Academy. Okay, so it's part of Mighty Networks. And if you want to become part of a network where we're accountable to, maybe reading or speaking or starting your business or doing something around the personal development space, then this is definitely the space for you. So there's definitely a link in the description below. Check it out. I'm trying to grow it right now. I've got the, what's it called again? The Personal Development Hangout on Eventbrite as well. So if you're interested, come through. And again, if you're interested in coaching, holler me, link in the description below. Anyway, If you like this video, well, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, understand, reach, and expand. Peace.